Hi, welcome back. So today we are going to create a very simple program in ABAP and see how we can execute the program and see the output of that program. So as we discussed in the previous session, to create a program there are different set of tools are available in SAP. So we are going to use one of the tool which is called as a ABAP editor to navigate to the corresponding ABAP tool is an ABAP editor. Now, this is the field called command field where you have to type the transaction code, the 4-digit code which we highlighted. So to open the application or to call the application ABAP editor, you should type the transaction code as SE38. Once you type the number, a transaction code, you can use the option execute or you can press the enter. So I'll use the keyboard enter function. So this is the initial screen of your ABAP editor. You can see on the top there is a ABAP editor initial screen. So here you have a application toolbar. There are different options, functions are available, and also on the menu you have a different menu options are available. To create your first program, place the cursor on this input field and enter the program name. Let's give a name as Z user demo 1. So just a note, whatever the object, um, whatever the object or whatever the custom program which we create in SAP system has to follow either the naming standards. The first character of the object has to start with Z or Y. So it should be a Y. Sorry, it should be Y or Z. Okay, otherwise system will not allow you to create the program. It will have some more, it will lead you to the other issues. So this is because to differentiate the SAP developed object from the custom or the customer developed object. So SAP is advising or SAP is pushing to the naming standards to be followed always when you create your custom object. So I given a name with Z, then whatever the name. So this is a report. So I just go with R home and then I type R to differentiate whether what kind of report. So then I have some name. So since it's a demo object, I just given my user ID and demo one. And you have a multiple option here. Make sure that we selected the option called source code. Okay, so we will see in detail what is these other attributes are doing it, other radio buttons are doing it. So let's select the source code and go for create. It will take you to the second screen as a dialog box where you should be able to enter few more. You should enter a few more attributes here. So title. So what is the title you want to say? So I would say hello world. So as you do always, the first program of any language you learn, you go with the hello world application. So I go with that. So then you provide these options. So here you can see the differences. These fields are as non-editable fields which you cannot change. This one, so you have option type attribute. So here there are different types of program types are available. To make sure that we select this option because this is a report program which you want to have. So different types of program. One of the program is executable program. So we'll select this option. We also see what are the other types of programs are available and how that should be utilized and how that should be created in the system. Let's go with this executable program. And then there are different options are available. Let's for the today's session we just leave it as it is and we'll see in detail later. And now on the below of the dialog box, you have something called as a save. So let's, so once you press save, so you have another dialog box will come where you have the details. So Here you have to provide the package. We also see in detail how what is package and how that should be created and how that should be assigned here. So for now we just save this object as a local object. What local object means, which is mean the object cannot be transported to the other system. So as you do any development, you always create the object in development system, then you move the object to your quality box, and finally once that has been approved, you will push the your code to your production system. So you'll have a three boxes to have your different test and execution to be done for the development and testing purpose, and finally move it to the production box. So let's go with the local objects. So when I save it as a local object, you cannot transport this object to the other system. So here are your initial screen, or maybe the ABAP editor initial screen. You see on top, the menus are available, menu functions are available, as well as application toolbars are available, which can be utilized and as per your different needs. Let's do the let's write a simple line of code to make some output on the list output screen. Let's say it's type like or printf in C. So you do a write statement. So simply you just say, you tell the system, say write this word in my output screen, hello India. And so you have to just watch very carefully. So I put this value inside the quotes, and then at the end of this statement I put the dot. So all the above statements end with the dot. So you have to make sure that you always put the dot at the end of the statement. So now you see here, this is your program name, and here you can see this is inactive. So which means the program is not even activated. So after you finish your coding, you have to go and press save on the bottom, or you can use the control S to save it in your keyboard. Save. So you can see the message is being thrown as program is saved. Then there is another function called check, and it is control F2. So you do a validation, or you do a validation on your program whether the program is syntactically correct. Just check. You can see the message, no syntax error found on the program. And next to the check there is a button called activate. Otherwise you can use the control F3 in your keyboard and just activate the program. So once you click that, it will ask you the no, object details. So you can just press OK. So now that is active. So now the object is active. You can see here the status is active. So now the program is ready to execute. To execute the program, okay. See, whatever I done it like save and check and activate, which is mandatory step to take care of your object to be committed into the system or saved into the application correctly and can be accessed by any other application. We have to do these three steps always to make sure that save, check, and active. So this is one of the as by default activity you should do whenever you create any object. So to execute the object, you can use the function key F8 in your keyboard, or you can use this icon, direct processing, which is F8. You can see that. So you can execute this. No, you can see your output is available here. So your output is available here. This is a second screen. You see that this screen, the menu functions are different. So there is no action toolbar here. So all that the screen looks and the screen output looks entirely different. So this is output screen, which we call it. So the output has been printed. So whatever you put it after your write statement, it is available there. So let's add some more um, statement. I'll say comma, this is my first app, app program. Let's save this and do the check and activate and execute one more time. You can see, okay, so you can see the output. So whatever I type it after this write statement within the codes is being printed on the output screen. So this is a very simple ABAP report without using much complex logic, just using only the the write as a keyword to print the content on your output screen. And this is the keyword which is going to tell you, okay, this is my program, so this is my program name, so as a report, and then you can just have your the same whatever you provided for a creative report. That's a way you can create a simple ABAP report. Thank you.